Small things come in relatively big packages with TMNT JoyToy. Let's check them out. The packaging from JoyToy is really nice. I love when we get spine art, and some posing for reference on the back is always nice. And maybe it's just me, but I find the shrink wrap with the JoyToy logo all over it, that's a classy move. Way to go, JoyToy. They come in a glorious tray system, no ties at all. It's a very pleasant opening experience. Lift that lid and you're ready to go, ready to rock with the figure. Spoilers, these are all fantastic. The year of spin is in. All of these count as spinny effects. I will take no disagreements on that. The turtles do all share the same body, so despite different features, different attachments, they are all on that same buck, so that's why some things are similar, like the thing planted on the shell. So how are they different? Donnie gets two pouches like some kind of wizard with spell components. He has various bags on the shoulder strap. On the thigh he has some pouches, and of course he has that back mount for the bow staff. Leo gets these really cool like thigh pads. He's protecting those thunder thighs. He has belt pouches, shoulder pouches, then of course he has his shell-mounted holster thing. Then we go to Raphael. He has the standard belt holder for the size. Across the shoulder strap, he has 2 kunais. On his thigh, he has 3 kunais. He's ready to go and throw daggers. He has that cool, like, armored plate on the back of his shell. Mikey sadly does not have any way to hold the chucks, but he does have an old-timey iPod thing, some waist pouches. He has 2 spray paint cans on his thigh. He's ready to go. And then he has the license plate on the back of his shell with a chain. I think that's neato. For pizzas, Leo gets a pretty standard one with droop at the tip, nice cheese, kinda green. Donnie has the neatest slice of pizza, totally straight, some drippage, but otherwise fine. Mikey's already taken a bite out of his pizza, almost makes a little sad face. And then Raph has the coolest pizza, I think. It's like a horror pizza face pizza. With the way it's drooping down, it makes like a creepy monster mouth. I love it. If you get the whole set, you'll have 4 pairs of hands for each turtle, 2 grippy hands with kind of one with splayed fingers, the Wacha reach out and grab your hands, 2 fists, and then a turtle comm for each turtle. Each turtle basically comes with 3 stands. You have the diorama connecting piece stand, you have the little turtle black stand, and then you have the skateboard. 3 stands per turtle. It's wild with stands at JoyToy. Of course, each turtle has their standard weapons. Leo's 2 katanas, Donnie's 1 bow staff, Mikey has 2 chucks, and Raph has 2 sai. On to the effects for their weapons. Leo gets the slashy swords. They're totally different swords. You don't have to put like the effect on. It's not going to fall off. Awesome. Donnie gets his spinny bow staff. I think this looks so cool. It's curved just the right ways. Man, spinny effects are in. Mikey, of course, gets his spinning chucks. They look great. They do actually spin, but it's a tight connection, so you're not going to like flick them and have them spin fast. And then it's so nice for Raph to get some effects. He has like these stabby, pointy effects as he's like throwing it down with force. I'll admit, I don't know how to use them well, but they look super cool. And then showing off the articulation with Donnie. He can do the full Townsend, but it does clip into that turtle shell. It's a smaller shell relatively, but it's kind of it's got a thick lip, so stuff might clip onto it. He does have single jointed elbows. You can see there, standard on a turtle, and then the ball joint peg thing on the hands. For the ab crunch, there is a ball peg in the chest and then a ball peg at the hips. So you can try to move it as much as possible, but you're not going to get a lot, and eventually it's going to just pop out of the socket. You do have the twistiness at the chest. That's really cool. I can't get the waist part to twist. It's kind of hard with like the connection and everything going on in there. Pretty good though. The legs, not kicking as high up as I would have thought. Those big meaty thighs kind of get in the way. They do have what functions as like a thigh cut at the top, so it's relatively hidden. You're welcome, Gary. They do have double jointed knees, though those big thick calves. Check out the line in this calf. I mean, that's muscle right there. And then the feet, it's the rocker. It has like the hinge twisty thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's a standard foot. So no bicep cut, no butterfly joint, but the way it's sculpted, like they dipped into the plastron, so that arm gets as much movement as possible, and it's a pretty good joint there. And then between the elbows, you can cross their hands. So you certainly can double hand every weapon possible. It's wild for a turtle to be able to cross their arms. That almost never happens, so Donnie here, he's just styling. Oh, yeah, Donnie's cool. Even this kick back and relax pose with the hands behind the head, that's hard to do with many turtle figures. You can do it super easily with this Donnie. I just love it. Look at him kicking back. A hard day's work of science. Here is my biggest annoyance with the figure, the double ball peg to connect the hands. It works pretty good. The hands can be a little tight, so you're probably going to need to heat them up. But what I found happens a lot, since the ball peg is smaller when it connects into the wrist, it pops out with the hand. Such a pain. It's so tiny, it's really hard to get that out when it does that. You have to like manhandle it with your fingers. The tips of my fingers are just kind of shredded. As I've been posing them and swapping hands and weapons, this happens a ton. I hate this. That ball peg, I don't know. I'm going to have to use some like Kiki loose joints to like thicken that small end, and hopefully it stays in there really well, because my fingers cannot take anymore. That problem aside, this figure is spectacular. He's ready to join Punch-Out. Before I forget, he does come with a bag, very 2003 style. Slip it over the shoulder like so. It's some nice like soft rubber on that strap, like a medical bag thing. He does also have a wrench. He has a cool little wrench. You might forget it. Don't lose it, but it can slip right in the bag. This wrench shows JoyToy's attention to detail. You can see like the grooves, the teeth, whatever you call that. I'm not a mechanic, but the detail is wild. Put it right in the bag, style, and it fits nice. Back to the stands. These diorama piece stands are so cool. Look at Raph, he's just angry, looking up to the skies. But, of course, it's way more fun to connect them, so you can take each piece. They're technically the same stand. You just slot them in like this. They're very secure. They're very well made. They are kind of hollow, but it's like a thick, nice plastic, and they slot together super easy. The last one, it's kind of tricky because it goes like a top-bottom kind of thing. But look at it's almost like a ninja throwing star too. Very well painted. One of mine didn't really get like a wash, it seems, but you can put the turtles on them. Look at that. You have, all four, you have a cool dio. Just, that's so cool. I wish more companies would do this. A diorama stand. That's neato. Neato. If that's too much for you, they have a standard JoyToy stand, but they've added the shell and the Turtles logo on it. Look at that. Look at these guys. So cool. Or they have skateboards, which are effectively stands as well. So you're getting a third standing option. Look at them posing. Look at them slashing around. They're having such a good time. These are like the street wacky 90s, 2003 turtles. In the end, I love these figures. The detail, the sculpt, the articulation, everything you get with them, I think it's fantastic. Make no mistake though, these are small figures under 4 inches. So if you're hoping they would fit with your other collection, they're smaller than Playmates. They're smaller than Fury Toys. They're way smaller than NECA or anything higher. So they're not going to mesh well unless you want them to be just wee little bros, the little guys like Hobbit turtles. Which I'm back on a Lord of the Rings kick. I can't wait to have a whole collection of little baby turtles at 1/18 scale. If you need to get them, I got these from Bombas B, which are sold out now, but there are a number of super legit AliExpress stores like Eilina Toy, Gold Star rated. Another one I like is Fleeyama Toy Store. Super good. Again, look for a Gold Star badge if you can. JoyToy seems to be more legit. People take these really seriously. I guess Warhammer is that good. But yeah, let me know what you think. I love these turtles.